There's a 53rd Earth called Earth X. Basically, our Earth, with one difference. The Nazis won the war.
I hate Nazis.
They have a weapon, a doomsday weapon.
Everyone you care about, everyone you love, they're going to die.
We're gonna have to fight our way through.
You can't fight your way through an army of Nazis alone.
Who needs an army when you got legends?
All right, we're on the move.
Kill them all! She's fast. I'm faster. This isn't your Earth. Go home!
Crisis on Earth X, the two-night crossover event, starts with Supergirl, Monday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
Hey everybody, we got a new crossover trailer. It looks like Oliver has been shopping at the Kryptonite sporting goods store. We finally get some Kryptonite arrows. I know everybody's been wondering about that ever since they started crossing those shows over. Oliver looked at Supergirl. They said that he didn't trust her during the crossover last year, but by the end of that, it kind of came full circle. It was already kind of contrived. Like, if Barry was willing to vouch for her so much, then clearly she couldn't have been that bad of a person, even though there have been a couple times that he's made some questionable character judgments. But there's a new round of the Flash Ring giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. I'll announce a new winner at the end of this. So just going through the footage, they just do a better job of explaining what's going on with Earth X, the 53rd Earth, in this version of the multiverse. I wasn't sure that they were actually going to use Nazi paraphernalia because most of these people that they're fighting, the evil versions of themselves, are SS. So it's not like they have to walk around wearing Nazi armbands, but you can kind of see visually the reason why they do certain things, just so people who have no idea what's going on can tell who's fighting who on screen. Like, you can see the faces of all these characters, so you're like, oh, those are the good characters, and the bad characters are all wearing the armbands if the costumes weren't already dead giveaways. We finally get some more footage of the Blitz and Flash. We get a better look at, what looks like their doomsday device room that Barry super speeds into here. You can kind of see all these maps in the background and all this technology. So as of right now, I'm putting that all on the Blitz and Flash. He just seems like the scientist of the group. So if there's going to be a doomsday device to be built, then he'd be the person to do that. The funny thing about this, I'm going to assume that this is their evil version of Central City because there's so many scenes in their evil version of Star Labs, so everything seems like it's in relatively close proximity. The main building here where, it looks like their evil Fuhrer rules over everyone might wind up being Earth X Oliver. There was some question about that after the last trailer, because aside from what we all learned during history class, you haven't seen any kind of Hitler in any of these trailers, but they did work in some historical footage, but that's really just to provide context for why there are concentration camps, for why this Earth looks like it's gone to complete shit. Oh, the Nazis won World War II. So now you see why Gypsy's father is so paranoid about other cultures invading their Earth because of stuff like this. Although the people that invaded Earth-19 seem more like the Brood, so just completely different species. So this is just one of 53 different shitstorms, but the main difference is that it's the entire planet. It's not just like a couple people in the case of Earth 2. This is just taking that idea to the nth degree. Most of them are evil with a very small pocket resistance. With the Ray character, Citizen Cold, these other characters here, like the alternate version of Wynn. But the footage does make it a little bit clear about what's going on here. Like, you actually see them lining up under the bridge here, fighting this horde of Nazis that are coming in, which probably corresponds to this footage here of evil Oliver marching in front of this tank, chasing down regular people. So remember last year how they billed the crossover as heroes versus aliens, like the one-sentence elevator explainer for what the crossover was. This year, it's heroes versus Nazis, even though technically it's a little more complicated than that. But you get some better pictures of Supergirl after that big fight with Overgirl in the air, like her just getting her ass knocked out and falling down to the earth. The different fights that they cut into this just seem like they're from completely different episodes. Like this one here with Overgirl and the Kryptonite arrow seems like it's from a different fight than evil Oliver inside their version of Star Labs. So just to make it easy, I think what they did is when you're inside the evil version of Star Labs, everything is red, and that's how you know to differentiate it from our version of Star Labs. But the other thing that we haven't seen in previous trailers, aside from Cisco here in his Vibe gear on the Wave Rider, is the alternate version of the Wave Rider. There could be some funny time travel business going on here, but it does just seem like this is an evil version of the Legends from the Earth-X universe chasing down our Legends. But if they have a doomsday device and an evil version of the Wave Rider, then don't you just wonder if they would just forego all that Terminator style and go back in time to try and get the Nazis to win World War II on our Earth? But there are so many variables when you change time like that there's no way that it would be the exact same outcome. But if you guys haven't seen it, they released a new poster for the crossover, and there are a couple characters that we haven't seen before. It looks like the Earth-X people also have a version of Metallo and Red Tornado on their team. And this is an official poster, so I'm just assuming that they haven't appeared in any of the trailers because they're still working on the CG for them. So it's like they have a version of someone walking around the trailer with a mocap suit. But what might end up happening is that those are just people that they'll kill from the Earth-X team during the crossover. Because right now, Citizen Cold is really high on my death predictions list for the crossover, but I think, just to keep the stakes real, they want to balance that out a little bit. So I think Red Tornado is very literally one of their red shirts, even though he's supposed to be one of the more powerful former members of the Justice League. We'll see how powerful this version of Red Tornado is, because Supergirl was able to defeat him during Season 1 on her show, but that was sort of like the proto version of Red Tornado, and they kind of implied that he would be getting upgrades in the future if he ever came back. But let me know in the comments, what other big surprises are you expecting from this crossover? But if you weren't sure, as they say in this trailer, it's all happening next Monday and Tuesday, so they're cramming 4 hours of television into 2 nights, I think just because they want it to feel like a big 4-hour movie. But it'll be interesting to see what happens at the end of this and the way they resolve things. Obviously, the heroes will be victorious, that's just the way television works. But it'll be fun to see which big upgrades and changes we see in the characters aside from the introduction of the Ray character. So Ray and the Freedom Fighters is actually an animated TV show. That'll be the biggest new thing. Like, hey, here's this big new character. But aside from the animated series they're running on CWC, I don't know what their plans are for him on the live action shows in the future. Maybe a guest spot every once in a while on one of the TV shows. But in that same vein, Constantine is coming on Legends of Tomorrow in the back half of the season for a 2-episode arc. So if you weren't sure about other characters that have been gone for a while, there will be people coming back. And they haven't revealed what the 2-part Flash episode is going to be this year too, because they always do that in the back half. Last year it was the Gorilla City 2-part episode. This year it will be something different. So we'll probably find out about that during the break, just because they want to get people hyped up. But what'll happen is after these episodes air, the week after that will be the mid-season finales of everything, so there's no break. So new episodes next week, but also the week after that, then they go on break and come back in January. The one minor change they're making to the schedule is that Black Lightning is going to premiere right after The Flash comes back, that 3rd week in January. So I don't know how many episodes that's going to run before Legends comes back, or if they're going to put Legends on a different night. They haven't revealed that yet, but Legends of Tomorrow isn't coming back right away. But I've got some Avengers Infinity War, Captain Marvel to post. I'll try to get that out by tonight if I can. If not, that'll just post tomorrow morning. But congratulations to BFam, you're the latest giveaway winner. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. I'll just announce a new winner when I post new DC. But you can click here for last night's Flash versus the Thinker episode, probably the best one all season long. And you can click here for a brand new Rick and Morty Thanksgiving teaser. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.